The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
Hey, what is up, YouTube fam? Mr. B, aka Darth Vader here with some brand new Star Wars news. And this one comes from the Hollywood Reporter. So this is rumors about Darth Maul, of his involvement in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and also check out my last video. So this one comes off straight from the Hollywood Reporter. It was like one of the first trades to kind of like pick up on this, and they kind of snowballed. I've been seeing like, you know, a few other trades that cover it, but this is the first one, so I want to see what they say. So Darth Maul cut from Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus show. Obi-Wan Kenobi will include plenty of familiar faces when it debuts May 25th, but one Star Wars fan favorite will be noticeably absent. Darth Maul, a chief antagonist of Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi, who first appeared in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, is not expected to appear in the series, but sources tell the Hollywood Reporter not only was the Sith Lord initially slated to return to live-action Disney Plus series as a key villain, actor Ray Park was in active prep to reprise Maul. So I have a lot of thoughts about that, but we're gonna continue. You know, before I say anything. That, however, was before those scenes were scrapped amid a creative overhaul that ultimately saw other antagonists, including Darth Vader, added to the show. Hossein Amini was the original writer who worked with Deborah Chow on the 6-episode series, and while it was reported that production paused in early 2020 because Lucasfilm was unhappy with the scripts, the reasoning behind the pause was a little more layered. According to sources, Chow showed the scripts to Star Wars stewards Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, who were coming off the success of The Mandalorian, freshly launched in November 2019, and deep into work on Season 2. Sources noted that Filoni and Favreau were concerned about Obi-Wan covering familiar ground as The Mandalorian, the lone wolf and cub-like story of Kenobi coming out of protecting a child age Luke Skywalker. Maul was one of the villains who would participate in the hunt for the pair. Vader was nowhere to be found in this faraway galaxy at this stage, according to those with knowledge of the project. That's so weird to think about that. As Filoni and Favreau pushed Chow and the show to go bigger, according to several sources. In any case, those concerns made their way to Lucasfilm head Kathleen Kennedy, who pressed the pause button. Joe B. Harold was eventually hired as the show's new writer. Hearing that, you know, with that take of how it would be a lone wolf cub kind of thing, like, yeah, I don't want to really see that. We just got that in The Mandalorian, and that's cool for that series being the dynamic. With Luke and Obi-Wan, at this point in the timeline, it's more like he knows of him, he's met him a few times, he's helped him out, he just knows him as a neighbor. I wouldn't want him to have any more of a relationship with him as far as that until, you know, Episode 4, A New Hope, from where he, like, you know, goes on his big adventure with Obi-Wan. Let's see what else they have to say. It's unclear how far along in the process things initially unraveled. A boy was chosen to play young Skywalker, but no scenes with him were shot. As far as Park's Maul goes, the picture is more cloudy. One source says Park was on set for pre-production and was also involved in stunt training. The sources say footage of Park may have been shot, although other sources say it could have just been test footage. Whatever the case, Park was back as Maul, or so he believed. I find it funny that they would bring him back in the show. Granted, if you guys have watched Star Wars Rebels, what happens in that, which is also very canon. In the overhaul, however, Maul was written out. One source says it was Filoni that conceptually keyed in on a way for Vader to be brought back as a big bad and the Grand Inquisitor, a character made popular by Filoni in the animated series Star Wars Rebels, also put into the story. A Lucasfilm source contradicted that account, saying Maul was never indeed intended to return for this series, nor did Park come to set. See, like I said, this makes more sense, even though it still, in a way, kind of conflicts with what was said and those lines set up in Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope. Like, when I left you, I was about to learn it. Now I'm the master. It still conflicts with that, but that can be a small twist. With Maul coming back, it just conflicts totally with what happened and what was set up in Star Wars Rebels, which actually came out in 2015-16. So I know Lucasfilm and everything is key on uncanonizing and canonizing stuff, especially when it comes to the books and comics, which they've done. But when it comes to something live action or animated, they tend to kind of stick with their guns and kind of stay on course with that, specifically since it's something that Dave and John were already a part of creatively before. So let's see what else they have to say. The overhaul also led to new search for a young Skywalker. Oh, I didn't know they changed the actor. And a new actor was picked. THR has learned the new Luke is Grant Freely, whose only credit according to IMDb is an episode of Creepshow. Huh. That's interesting, because I remember a while back I actually covered something about them casting a young Princess Leia when they did, and also them casting a young Luke. I never knew that they changed the actor. Maul stands as one of the more popular villains in Star Wars lore, appearing in animated series including Clone Wars, Rebels, which depict the final battle between Maul and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Exactly what I'm saying right here. Maul returned to live action for a cameo in Solo, Star Wars story in 2018 that suggested there was more for the actor to do in a galaxy far, far away. Solo bombed, I wouldn't really say it bombed, scuttling those fans, but soon fans speculated he could appear in Obi-Wan, given that Maul was responsible for the death of Obi-Wan's masters, Liam Neeson's Qui-Gon Jinn. The first trailer for Obi-Wan launched, blah, 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 blah. Glimpses of young Luke going large, blah, blah, blah. One of the key pieces of the music, John Williams' classic score, Duel of the Fates, which was used during Maul-centric lightsaber duel in 1999, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's another source right here. It says from March 15th at 4:46 p.m. updated with Lucasfilm source stating Ray Park did not come to set of Maul. Yeah, I don't think he really did. I don't think he came to set as Maul. I think maybe he came to set to test, a new look. They always do that. For The Force Awakens, they actually had the new Darth Vader costume that they made for Rogue One test on the set, and they actually used it in a small scene, which I'll make another little video about later. But what I feel about this, yes, I'm kind of glad they didn't use Darth Maul, because it negates everything that happened in Star Wars Rebels. Maul did not know that Obi-Wan was on Tatooine, and he had been hunting for him for the longest time. He has his fight with Obi-Wan on Tatooine when he finally catches up with him, and his story ends there, and that's it. And that's right before Rogue One and A New Hope, maybe a year or so, however long. They want this to be 10 years after Revenge of the Sith and that whole 20-year gap. It would only make sense if it was Vader. It would make more sense if it was Vader and the Inquisitors. Even though, like I said, it's still kind of a touchy thing with Vader. The Inquisitor, yes, that could totally happen. I can see Obi-Wan going up against Inquisitors, possibly Vader in their fight, their rematch of the century as it's billed by Kathleen Kennedy and people. Yeah, but as far as Darth Maul goes, no. What I'm hoping with Maul, with right now in this whole time period, he's just building his organization. He's building Crimson Dawn. He's working with Kira. He's working with Dryden Voss. The Pikes. He's building his syndicate. So he's staying in the shadows also because, he knows he's not a match for Vader, which he clearly says in Rebels. He has his Inquisitors hunting for him. So he's just standing by biding his time. He learned from his master, the greatest biter of time, Sidious, biding his time until he can strike back against the Sith and do what he needs to do. But he knows he can't defeat Vader. Would I like to see Maul in this show? Yeah, maybe like a quick cameo, or kind of like a nod or mention. But I don't want to see him like obviously go to toe or have any interaction with Kenobi, because even in their appearance in Star Wars Rebels, it was kind of implied that a lot of time has passed. They hadn't seen each other in years since the Clone Wars, and I would just be, happy with it fizzling or sizzling like that. Would I wanted to see the whole Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Maul thing in live action instead of in Star Wars Rebels? Hell yeah! Like, even if it was as short as it was, I still would have wanted to see Ewan McGregor go up against Ray Park again in live action. But I'm happy with what we got. And I'm more happier that we're getting Vader in the show and the Inquisitors. So, wow, I did not know that they changed the actor for Luke Skywalker. But I think I saw a picture, actually, right before I was making this video, I saw a picture of the kid. He looks just like young Mark Hamill, but good choice, good choice. I'm gonna have to research and see what the original kid looked like, but we'll see. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys thought about this. Do you think that Darth Maul should have still been included in the series as some kind of form and fashion? Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Also, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button, and if you could be so kind as hit the subscribe button, that'd be great. And also, don't forget to hit that bell, get notifications for all my latest videos. That would be great. Anyway, guys, take care. See you in the next one. May the Force be with you. Bye.